That is an even older song. That just is not even close to what we were at. Sunny Days, everybody loves them. Tell me, can you stand the rain? What?
Is it broke?
I think it broke.
You know what?
Dude, because those aren't even
That's
going to new
okay.
phones.
It's like, I think I've lived a good life.
They're like $5 on the shop.
I see.
You take this.
One, no. But
Every time.
Well, maybe it needs to be tried.
maybe this is that better, yeah.
Does that thing
Yeah, I
have
didn't
a
know
battery?
that. It does. Sure does.
No chance. That's an adapter.
I bet you.
We'll find out. Well, we'll do it live. Yeah, that's just an excuse.
You feel judged?
No.
You should.
Weak Chris. Chris are very strong.
Softball.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete.
Look at her wrist.
Do you have a younger sister?
Yeah, I have 5 siblings.
You have five
I have 3
younger
younger
sisters.
sisters.
3 younger sisters. Okay. How old?
The youngest is they're 14.
Okay.
And there's a 15-year-old. Then there's one that just turned 21.
Okay.
And how old are you?
24.
Wow, you have 10 years between you and your youngest sibling.
Yeah.
That's how me and my brother are. It's so weird.
And then my brother's 20. He just turned 26.
Wow. Start over. The
My oldest
10-year-old.
is 29.
That's like basically
Damn.
considering like an only child. Like that's
Yeah,
how-
they're like way out there.
because they're so separated. So
Seriously?
only child. I'm like, well, I can't really act like it.
Are
Yeah, my 2 youngest.
you guys like tight at all?
Now we are.
Like
we've
now.
gotten a lot closer since we've gotten older, which I think.
Yeah. You guys are just in such separate phases of life for like most
Yeah.
of life.
Like, I mean, you know, you're either in high school and then you have like a young elementary.
Well, elementary age kid.
like,
Yeah.
where it's like, you really don't have.
Anything to talk about. Nothing in common at all. So I saw a girl at the gym and I thought it was you. And I was like, what are
Really?
you doing here? And I was like, no.
None
No.
for her. Yeah, the only one that would look similar to me, she's in Cardi, so.
In the dirty K, huh?
Yeah. She decided she followed in my footsteps.
Well, you got a doppelganger out here in West O. Hanging out at Genesis, just so you know.
Actually, one of the people that I met, to show how to do, I was like, oh, hi, like, what's your name? He's like, you know me, and I was like, oh, I don't.
Ha.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, huh, you don't remember at the whatever Remington or whatever down, whatever bar it's called, and I'm like, I can promise you I've never been.
I've never been there, sir. What's your name?
Don't go out. Yeah, I was like, I don't go out. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, are you talking like maybe Parliament? Like 2 years ago, I went there, and he's like, no, come on, you know, I know you're. I'm like, I'm telling you.
I'm
It's
trying to
not
help
like
you
my
right
name's
now, sir.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, is it
Who
the
are
same
you?
name?
Yeah, who are you looking for?
And he was like, oh, weird. And I'm like,
You look just like,
then he never gave me his name.
well,
I'm like, no, seriously, I don't know. Okay.
I think somebody was actually just trying to play you. That did. Yeah,
He
check,
was-
double check your wallet.
he
Yeah,
was
really
like-
quick. Like, it's me, you know,
And
it's
he said he
me.
was like a bouncer or something.
From the plate,
No, I didn't get blocked out and get kicked out of no. So definitely not me.
not since Carney. Yeah.
No, how's it going?
No,
I'm like, I don't go out here. I don't know. It was very awkward interaction because he then still didn't give me his name since he believes that I was like,
love it.
okay.
You are my friend.
So
Lived a good life.
He'll be retired. It was so if our sound is weird today, Jeremiah broke it. No, I'm just kidding. I
No, I don't.
may or may not have
it
broken
just
the
happened.
microphones. So we'll see. Yeah, true. They were like $10. We got our worth out of it.
We got way over our worth for sure.
Yeah.
Almost review worthy.
Almost. Too late now. It's
I
getting
wouldn't do
too
it.
far.
But like.
But you'd think it. You'd give somebody a
somebody
review
asked
in
me,
person.
like, these
Yeah.
are-
Hey, I got good news and bad
Home
news,
sweet
boys.
home.
I can't hear a word he just said.
I said I got some good news for you, Byron.
Yes.
We bought 2 sets of those microphones, and I was supposed to return the other set, and they're right here in my office.
Look at that.
Good
Look
answer.
at God. Won't he do it?
Survey said.
Wasting money comes to, I mean, being prepared tends to help you out at times. This is great.
Can you still ask for a lower price on a celebrity home?
What's that?
Can you still ask for a lower price if you're building a celebrity
After you sign the contract or before?
for?
Before, for sure. Yeah, all prices are negotiable. Ask anybody who represents a builder. Have you ever accepted a lower price than the listing price on a build?
If it's from the ground up, no. If it's a spec house, yes.
There you have it.
But that can be, it's not. It's, what I said. You said your builder doesn't do from,
Everything's negotiable
but everything is.
unless the house is not built yet. If the house is not yet built, then it costs what it costs to build
Yeah,
it.
they basically work.
Right.
We work off of a price sheet, so like we have our base price per square foot. And then if they want additional features, we'll increase the price onto that. I'm not quite sure.
Let me give you one more. Mr. Harvey, have you ever sold a house, a new build, under the list price?
Have I ever sold a house under the list price of spec home?
Yeah, a new build under the list price.
All the time,
Yeah, all the time.
all the time.
They'll come and be like, I wanna build, and then you're like, well, the price is 400,000, and then they're like, well. Then they can negotiate down for that.
There's
If
one
it's already
exception to
built.
that. There's one
Completely
exception to that.
finished.
If it's finished or like mostly finished.
Oh, but from the starting point of, I want this lot and I wanna build that one on there,
Right, that's,
probably not.
yeah, the price is the price at that point.
Yeah, and
That's
celebrity,
Where's
the
your
price is the price too.
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering it.
100%. Because at that point, you know, they don't have any real need to sell it to you for less.
Yeah,
We just won't put a hole in the ground until.
Isn't it usually
somebody pays
easier
the price.
to get like add-ons like basement or something rather than get?
for cheaper on that end.
Cause I know
What do you think?
builders like they try to like fix their neighborhood prices. They
Yeah.
drop the price.
It's correct. Competing against your own comparables at that point. And appraisals happen based on comparables.
So you could ask for a lower price for like the basement to be finished. Or no, you think, like if they're like.
When you're
it's 10K
building,
to
the
add
price is the
extra,
price. Yeah. When you're building, the price is the price for the most part.
makes sense,
But if it's already up, you might be able to work some stuff in the deal. Like, hey,
because you weren't able to.
instead of paying 70,000 for a new basement, what if I just give you 10,000 over your asking price and you just do the basement for me? Because that's a different conversation. So anyway,
Okay.
house that are already built, yes. That's for coaching calls, guys.
Yeah.
Happy Thursday. Glad you guys are all here. Really quick announcement because I know I'm gonna get busy and we're gonna forget. Just want to remind you, team lunch / outing today. Dave and Buster's. We've got food. We've got food. We've got some games. We've got entertainment. I don't know if they have pool tables. I've never been to this Dave and Buster's before ever in my life.
No, they don't.
So we'll find out. But that is today. You should have information in your text message / group chat, and you'll get some stuff today after this with all the rest of the details about the event. But that is today. So set your calendars aside for that lunchtime period. So start this off right. Anybody have any wins? Anything good going on? Wonderful World of Real Estate? Anybody have something terrible going on in the Wonderful World of Real? No? Okay, go ahead.
The list is going like this.
Listing going live today.
Construction townhome at Bellevue.
Boom. New construction townhome in Bellevue. Okay, how'd you get a new construction? We've been talking about new construction. You've been quiet back there the whole time. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Okay. Tell us really quick, where'd you get this deal from? Who are these people? Where'd they come from?
For a while. They have a couple of townhomes that they want us to sell. We got one ready to go now, just to see how much traffic we can get and bring people in to, they wanna buy the other ones. We can discuss that later, but just to get it on the market, they're ready to go, they need to get them sold so we can work on some other projects.
I love it. I love it. Okay. The part of the story that is the most interesting to me is you've been working on this for a while. How many times have you followed up slash talked to slash been in conversations with this builder about this thing? How long?
They've used 2 other realtors over the last year who haven't been able to get us. We followed up with them, we looked at them at the beginning of the build as well as the middle, and then finally following up with them again, and getting them sold. They wanted it with us.
So has the follow up been 6 months, a year, or over a year?
Over the years.
Over a year of follow up, and now the first opportunity shows up. Yes, phenomenal. I just want this to be just a very realistic expectation for all of you guys. Like, as you're following up, sometimes that follow up doesn't happen. You don't get the results at the end of 90 days. You get the results at the end of a year of follow up. And now the one opportunity that could lead to 5, 6, 7, 12 builders could be 20, could be 100 opportunities. You know, you never know when it comes to builders, depending on how much they decide to do. So love it. All right, keep us posted. Let us know how that goes. Other wins? Follow up. God, please, just if you catch nothing else from that story, follow up, monumentally important. You never know when these opportunities are going to actually come bear fruit. So, okay, in starting off Thursday in the right way, I want to give you a chance to catch up with your accountability partner and just follow up on, did you do the things that you said that you would do this week? Okay, and as we're doing this, I just really want to incorporate one of the lessons that we've been working on this week. We've been working on this 6 human needs. Okay, one of the most important pieces of this lesson, this personal development that we've been working on around these 6 human needs, is your ability to understand other people. Okay, and your ability to understand other people comes from ability to understand yourself. So that's why we spent the time early this week understanding yourself and how your actions translate to your importance around these needs. And now I want you to do the same thing for your partner, because you'll be able to see very clearly, did they do what they said they were going to do or not? Because every action you take and every action you skip is for a specific purpose, and that purpose is generally to meet one of your needs in some capacity, in some way. So even when you're doing things that you're not supposed to do, or you're skipping things that you know you should do, for some reason you're getting something out of it. And I just want you to be very clear about being able to see what those things are. Okay, so reconnect with your accountability partner. This is your chance to catch up. Did you follow through on the things that you said you would do this week in order to move you closer to your goals? All right, you got about 4 minutes. Find your accountability partner, get them on the phone, get with them in the room, whatever you need to do. 4 minutes, we'll catch back up. All right, go do it. Oh, I gotta grab our sheets. All right, gotta grab our sheets.
Half the world.
Gavin,
I
did
mean,
you
we're
follow
talking-
what you said you were gonna do or not?
I've gone to places.
Yeah.
Where's the world?
Minus one
Exactly.
except.
Like in the world. Yeah, but where did you get it? I got it at. Committee. Okay, that was the question. Oh, okay, sorry. I think you're saying is that
Not in the
best
night, that's in the world, but like, where did you get it?
Except
So
for
I
one
want
thing, I'm posting today instead of I was supposed to post yesterday, but
I had it
I
at
already
committee.
in some meetings.
It's the best steak that I've had in the world. And I've eaten that like, I had a good little set before we started this whole mess and, you know, having to pay bills and things.
Yeah.
Where
Bills.
I didn't really look.
Oh, thank you.
Which in turn kills you that you have to work harder. So you gotta pay. No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
That's why I tell Miranda sometimes, go buy all this shit, 'cause they don't have
let's
to
wrap
go
for
work.
just a
I
second.
always think in my head, if you have to pay for something, you're gonna work harder.
Hey, I have a thing where there's a reason that I usually have like a goal that I'm getting to that's a short term within like 90 days. Because if I do that, then I go hard into it. My wedding. Byron was actually a great for me.
I don't know, I didn't know what you said at all.
Why?
I spent so much money and he's like, I don't know how I'm gonna get it.
You're like, I'm gonna. I don't know either, but I'm gonna think.
But did I do it?
Not early.
We're not gonna pretend like that's good advice, not even for a second.
No.
We're not even gonna take a second to pretend like that's advice that I want any of you to follow. So, it's testimony, yes, it's true that he did what he said he's
Yeah, don't do
talking
what I
about.
did there.
We're not acting like
Yeah,
that's
don't
good
do that.
advice to do,
What I'm
okay,
saying,
so
my point
just.
is-
Bring my baby compass zero.
My point is, if you have a goal that is within reach, like I have to do this by 3 months from now. And then you get done with that and you hit that goal and then you reset to say, I have to do X, Y, Z by 3 months from now. Because I have this coming up, or I have that coming up, or I wanna do this, or I wanna do that. It's a really good way to drive yourself to get something.
I love it.
Don't do it the other way that I did it, which was I went and spent all of the money and then had to figure out how to figure
Then you said, well, I hope things work out.
I like that.
That was my wedding.
I think a lot of people do it though.
Yeah, don't do that.
So a lot of people end up in credit card debt.
Yeah, well, you just don't get a credit card.
All kinds of debts.
Don't ever get one.
Moral of the story.
There isn't one.
No, the moral of the story is. listen,
No morals in this.
There's no moral.
There's a way to do it, and goal setting, phenomenal thing. We will use it correctly. So, today we are wrapping up some of our conversation around this 4-step process that leads you to be a highly influential salesperson. Okay, in front of you guys, and those of you guys on Zoom, you got this on MerakiAgent.com on your script book. We're working on approval statements today because we're working on that 3rd step. Yesterday, we worked exclusively just really focusing on listening, your ability to hear what people are saying and to understand what they're trying to communicate to you, even beyond just the words that they're using, because people are telling you all kinds of stuff, even beyond just the words that are coming out of their mouth. You understand the words that are coming out of anybody?
You have to.
Great catch. I love that.
You don't understand the words that are coming out of
You
your mouth.
almost caught it. Shout out to somebody help her.
No, don't tell me, don't tell me. Don't
Well,
tell me.
Okay, you think about it. We're gonna keep working on this.
You could go with 1 or 2.
We're gonna keep working on
Because
this.
it could be-
No, I didn't use an accent for mine. So we're gonna keep working on this. On to step 3 of this 4-step process. Step 3 is the repeat and approve part. This is the part where you do 2 very, very important things for the person sitting across from you, or on the other end of the phone from you, or across the table from you. Okay, the first thing you do by repeating, you repeat keywords and key phrases to demonstrate that you're listening. You show people that they're important. You give them that level of significance that shows them that you are paying attention to what it is they have to say. Then you're going on to do what we call approval statements. And approval statements, monumentally important, very easy for you to skip. But what these things do for you is they instantly put you in alignment with your clients. And notice what I said, in alignment with your clients. This doesn't mean that you agree. This doesn't mean that you guys voted for the same candidate 4 years ago and 2 months from now, 5 months from now. It doesn't mean that you guys agree on everything that we're talking about. It just means that you guys are in alignment around what we are trying to say. Okay, these things put you in alignment very quickly. So in front of you, you got a list of approval statements. And again, those of you guys on Zoom, this is on MerakiAgent.com in your script book, the approval statements document. There are a list of these things. And you'll see there are a million ways in which you can get in alignment with your clients. So what I'm going to challenge you to do right now, I'm going to give you about 60 seconds. And I just really want you to pick 2 or 3 that you are very, very comfortable using. Because the reality of these approval statements is you could use any of them, and at some point you will probably use some combination of all of these. But you're going to have 1 or 2 that you're really, really comfortable with, that you're really, really good at, that are kind of your go-tos that show up all the time. See, for me, you'll probably hear me say the words, I can appreciate that quite a bit. I can appreciate that. Because in good context, in bad context, in crazy statements, in things that are highly logical, I can appreciate that. Shows that I'm in alignment with what you're saying, even if I don't agree. Even if it doesn't make sense to me, I can appreciate what you're saying. I can appreciate the fact that you gave me the time to tell me what you think. Okay? But what are the ones that work for you? That makes sense? I can appreciate that. I gotcha. Or if there's one that you need to write in that you need to just make sure you're clear on. But I really just want you to have at least 2 go-to phrases, if not 2 or 3, that you just can pull out at any time and you're very, very comfortable using. Okay, I don't want you to feel like you've got to mix it up all the time and you're trying to just think of approval statements. Like, you need to be spending time listening, so that's why you want to just have 1 or 2 of these that you're just ready to fire off whenever. All right, and just get really, really clear on 1 or 2. Because today I wanted to give us a chance to practice this skill just a little bit. And again, this is a skill, repeating exactly what you heard. And not word for word, but you're highlighting key phrases or key topics that we are about to transition into. Because this makes it very, very easy for you. If you want to change subjects, you can change subjects. Hey, I know we're talking about the house, but you mentioned kids. How many kids do you have? Hey, I know we were talking about kids. You mentioned basketball. Did you play basketball? Or is this just something that you guys like to do now? This makes it very, very easy for you to change topics or decide what the next question is going to be, because step 4, immediately after you repeat and approve, is then to ask another question. So this makes it very, very easy for you to stay in control of the conversation and you dictate which direction we're going to go. Are we going towards a natural conclusion, which is asking for a signature, asking for a phone number, asking for the opportunity to reconnect in real estate? Or are we going to dig deeper and find out a little bit more about why we're doing this? What's going on in your life? What do you really value? What do you care about as a human being? Okay, so what I would love for you to do is I'd love for you to find a partner, and ideally somebody you haven't gotten a chance to role play with this week. And we're going to practice this skill of repeat and approve. And this is just what we're going to focus on in our conversation today. All right, so find yourself a partner. Find yourself a partner, and I'm going to give you guys a little prompting here as we go through this.
Rush hour.
Proud of you.
Wow.
So
It was just that I saw the scene, I could see everyone in it.
It was pretty spot.
Yeah, what can I say? Did it.
I mean, amazing.
Perfect is my for sure word. Number 1 list, I would say,
I would say I'm forcing for sure, like way too much.
or say, sounds good.
makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
I knew that took in.
Yeah.
Took in. He doesn't even say that. He's
Appreciate
like,
that. Thank
I hear you. That's crazy.
"You throw something, I'm like, dude, I can do that. I can't put that to either. You know?
you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've got a partner right now. I want you to decide who's going first. Will you help me out with some breakout rooms? These guys will do breakout rooms here online. You've got a partner, and what I want you to role play with your partner. I would love for you guys decide who's going first. Whoever's going first, I want to see if you can keep your partner talking. We're going to see if you can keep your partner talking for 3 whole minutes using repeat and approve, because this will give you the opportunity to stay on a subject, switch subjects, go completely different directions. Using this repeat and approve skill, this is what can keep you going for a long time in conversation and make you a great conversationalist. Shout out to our first book of the month, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Okay, so can you keep your partner talking for 3 minutes about the most impactful lesson they've learned in the last 12 months? Okay, the most impactful lesson they've learned in the past 12 months. All right. So whoever wants to ask first, you guys decide who's going first. You see if you can keep your partner talking for 3 full minutes. Most impactful lesson. Let's do it.
What's the most influential?
Well, you already forgot the proper and.
Influential.
Docs.google, yes.
Influential
Thank
what?
you for getting that over to the people.
All right.
What's
Lovely. Breakout room is open.
What do you say?
Breakout room is open. Go check it out.
Breakout room didn't work.
Miguel
I
and
got-
Valdez.
Most impactful lesson.
Was to give them options.
Jack is here, but he may or may not be on a call. Not sure.
No, I'm here.
Last. We had a breakout room for you guys if you wanted to do it, or I can just mute whatever. Is there 2 people? Oh, you can kill the breakout room. I'll just mute. Cause then I can bring them back.
Not something I learned, but something.
Kill it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, Anthony?
I'm ready to rock and roll, dude. Breakout room time. Let's break it out.
Let's go.
I like
All right.
all these responses. I've done them before. I love it. Perfect. That makes sense. Great. I've never said I can appreciate that, but. So I'm just gonna ask you just a normal question. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Here, do you want to feel what the rhythm feels like?
Yeah.
And he wants us to ask what was it, the best thing that happened this year? Or what
Okay.
was it?
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jack, what's the best thing that happened this year for you?
Best thing that happened for me this year was finding out I was gonna have a baby.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah. So getting ready to welcome a new child into our life.
And how many kids do you have again?
I've got 2 kids.
2 kids. Wow. Are you gonna be going for more in the future, or is 2 kids kind of where you're gonna be cutting it off at?
Well, I mean, the 3rd one and then maybe a 4th, I don't know. So
I'll tell you right now, 3 is like the perfect number.
Is it?
That's the max, man. You get more than 3, you're gonna have a daycare center at that point. You
Pretty
get-
much.
That's a whole basketball team for sure. So, how old are your kids?
My daughter is 9 years old and my son is 4 years old and my new son is -2 months old.
-2. Well, it's nice to have a 9-year-old because I'm sure she probably helps out, right?
Oh, she's a huge help. She's a major benefit in our lives.
Yeah, no, my daughter's only 6, but she's starting to learn how to help and knows how to make a bottle for her brother. It's awesome.
That is cool.
So that all sounds reasonable. I'm just picking some stuff here. Well, that's all it says, dude. That's step 4. Ask another question. So your turn, Jack.
All right, Anthony, all right, now you're gonna feel the rhythm because you gotta repeat, approve, and use the approval statement. You ready? Okay. Anthony, what is the best thing that's happened to you this year?
This week or this year?
This year?
Well, I'm getting a divorce.
You're getting a divorce. Well, it sounds like that's great news.
I can appreciate that.
It
All
sounds
right,
like
ladies and
that's
gentlemen,
great
find a good
news.
place to stop.
That's actually like real life. That is the best thing. I'm
All
not,
right, out of curiosity, who has got this repeat and approve thing like all the way nailed down? Like all the way, we're good at this consistently.
No, I
repeating and
didn't.
approving? Yes, okay, good. We're gonna flip this. I want you to flip your partners around. We're gonna do the same activity. You're gonna get a new prompt. And I really, really, really want you to focus on this repeat and approve. Okay, and I just want to bring back a lesson from what Dale Carnegie talks about. When we talk about repeat and approve, one of the easiest things for us to do is when people tell us a little bit about their stories, we immediately want to tell our stories right back, right? And yet, the thing that is most endearing to people, what people care about the most, do they care more about you or care more about themselves? Let's be honest. Yeah, it's themselves. So instead of putting all your great words and your great stories that you can also share and makes you feel like you're relating to them, you know what will relate to them even more than your stories? Themselves. Telling them more about the story that they just told you. Okay, so that's why we repeat and approve, not add our own stories and approve. So I really want to just push you, repeat the words that they are saying to you, repeat those words back to them, because for some reason those words just resonate just a little bit better with them, even more so than your own stories. I promise you. Highly effective, and I really want to challenge you to practice that. Okay, can you get your partner talking for 3 minutes? You guys are going to flip it around, and I want you to ask your partner about the biggest change that they've made in the last 12 months. The biggest change that they've made in the last 12 months. All right, so we're going to flip it around, see if you can keep your partner talking for 3 minutes about the biggest change they've made in the last 3 months.
All right. Anthony, unmute.
hey, Jack.
All right, wait, hold on. Now I gotta do it to you because I didn't get a chance to go.
No, you're good.
All right, what's the biggest change you've made in the last few months?
Honestly, my environment. Yeah,
You changed your environment. That
Yeah.
sounds pretty interesting. Tell me a little bit more about that.
you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing all the time, expecting a different result, correct? So for me, I realize that if I change my environment, the people that I'm around, the people that I thought, were my friends or whatever, if you will, I have more clarity. I have a drive that was caged for a while. And within the last 3 months, it's been a progressive transition of trying to just be just a better version of myself. I'm only 30 and I feel like I don't have all the time in the world, right? So I would say that's the biggest thing, environment, the people I surround myself with, and the things that they do, right, with me. And I know that the only way I'm going to be able to get to where I want to be is to put myself in a position to be around people that actually truly care and want to see me win just as much as, my family, for example. So
Absolutely. Well, that's incredible. And you touched on a lot of great things there, talking about clarity and your family and changing your environment, your friends. And I'm guessing that, with all of that going on, something big happened in your life that made you want to look at things a little differently. What was that event?
I think it was, unfortunately, the 8-year relationship I was in was probably the final boss, if you will. And I'm always a grinder, but I knew that that was definitely holding me back from opportunities that I would never see if I didn't make the hard move, which is to move away from certain people, right? So that's the number one thing. I have 3 kids, and they deserve the world. They deserve the best. And, I want them to have a life that I never had as a kid, and I still have time. So it was a tough move, but I did it. And now I feel good. And again, the clarity is coming back. The confidence is coming back. It was a little rough. Some hurdles here and there, some speed bumps along the way. But I always say there's no situation that God is going to put you in that you can't handle. Everything's already written. My life is already written. I believe that. And I just got to keep plugging away and trusting people. Like one of my great friends and good mentors, his name is Jack Harvey. For 2.5 years, 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Has basically said, dude, hey, look, I'm right here. We're right here. We're ready to rock and roll. You're going to match. You're going to fit, right? So instead of ignoring that because other people are sort of making the decisions with me at the time, now I can just go and be myself. Get out of the cage.
That's amazing. So it sounds like you met somebody that would show you how to become powerful on your own.
Correct.
Versus needing to be with somebody else to be powerful, which is pretty incredible to find those empowering individuals and then surround yourself with them. That's something that I try to do myself.
Exactly correct. And we can grind our butts off individually, but you can only go so far by yourself, right? And I felt like I was doing sort of everything by myself,
Yeah, and doing everything by yourself, I mean, that's terrible.
Not even the family stuff, more just like career wise.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of like, hey, good job. You sold $100,000 in real estate, or you made $100,000 in real estate. It's more like, cool, appreciate it, And,
yeah,
I knew that there was another door that I can unlock if I just, it's just like anything, like a bad habit, like drugs and stuff. You know that if you stop doing that, lots of things in your life will change. And I've always sort of knew that, but having 3 kids, 8-year relationship, it's kind of hard just to say peace out, Girl Scout. But I had an opportunity recently to be able to say peace out, Girl Scout. So I feel good. A little egregious still, waiting for that to wear off, but over time,
oh,
getting better.
and sounds like making a move like that for somebody like you who is so consistent and likes to just stay steady is a pretty darn big deal. Have you found some of that consistency that you really like? I mean, I can really appreciate that kind of consistency and that you have.
Yeah.
And that in
I'm able to.
your new position or your new place.
Things will be fine, but it's like, oh, I need to make at least 7 K to make our receivables real good, So it's like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to stop you for just a second. And I'm going to ask you to give your partners some feedback. How are they doing when it comes to repeating and approving? Because I can see some of you guys are getting into good conversations. How well are they doing with repeating and approving specifically? Specifically, we're around repeating and approving. Give your partner some feedback and then find your way back to your seat. We'll just talk really quick,
Great.
wrap up this lovely Thursday.
Great at, okay,
Hey Byron, mute yourself.
Dígame?
Mute yourself.
Mute myself.
There you go.
You're doing an excellent job, Jack. Excellent job. But I feel like we've already had these conversations 1,000 times. So it's a little, I should have picked a different partner. That's what it is.
No, it's a little repetitive, but it's important that you hear how I'm just continually coming back to you with a question. I'm not telling my life stories during this. I'm going back to you with a question. And when I first and finally nailed this part, Anthony, I realized how powerful it was because I felt like you, I'm connecting with this person by telling them about myself. And it's actually the opposite. You're losing the connection by telling them about yourself. So when they ask you about yourself, then you can respond. But other than that, if you become the person who's always listening,
I feel
not
like
asking,
no, that makes sense.
damn it, Byron.
We're almost ready. Are you guys still going? You can
Yeah.
keep going. I'll just turn you down a little bit.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense.
When you become, there you go, you're killing us. God damn it, Byron.
And for me, that's why I asked that question because I listen a lot, but at the same time, I feel like I've built a lot of fantastic rapport and first impressions and stuff with my clients by sort of connecting after they answer the question, right? And I don't know, I like to, I'm sarcastic, I like to joke around and stuff, but I guess there's been a couple times where I felt like I was just kind of talking too much.
Yeah. And this
Being
is what
more
I'm
interested.
saying.
That's why I like that line, being more interesting than interested, right?
Yeah, be more interested than interesting. And the thing is that when you become that person, you become an expert without them knowing that you know anything about anything.
Right.
All of a sudden, you're an expert because you're the person who paid them the most attention.
Yeah. No, there's an old lady a long time ago at Verizon. I remember she said, and she lived at it was by the retirement home on 72nd Pacific. And she would come in, she said, I don't know, Anthony doesn't get a chance to talk when I'm talking to him, but he listens so much that I feel like we had a long conversation, even though he didn't really say much. And she loved coming in just to talk because I would listen. She's like, you get a word in, but it's always fun to talk to him. I'm like, cool. And that very day, I was like, all right, I'm listening more so I can do more and provide more.
There it is. And it's important to get that connection that you're talking about. But doing that in really small blips. Like I still joke around, I'm still funny, I still fuck around, but you got to do it in very small blips. Like somebody asks you about, like somebody asked me about where I live. I'm like, yeah, I live in Valley. Tell me about what it is that you're looking for. And I don't go into like having a lake house or this or that or any of that stuff because none of that shit matters.
Right.
So I just keep it very short and then I'll like slide in little jokes, but I will never describe my life to them because the only thing that matters to them is what's going on in their lives.
Exactly correct. They want to be taken
So-
care of. Quick question, we'll get back to the. You didn't, obviously, your area didn't get affected by the tornado situation. I didn't even think of, okay. All right.
Yeah, it went like a mile, 2 miles that way of me. It
You
was
know
really
some people,
close.
areas and stuff that got affected close to you?
Yeah, I mean, I drive through it every day on the way to work now.
It's sad.
Crazy. Yeah,
Alrighty.
it is sad.
Um,
They're not letting me in the damn Sierra and we can let Byron back.
yeah, I'm gonna should I send an email to, does JJ have access to all that?
No, because JJ is supposed to have my access and my access isn't working, so I just sent an email to Sierra, so I'm gonna get this sorted out right now after this call, so I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell JJ to change my picture too.
Ah. Love
Alright,
it.
how do we get back to the meeting?
All right, we meet at
I
3
don't have a
o'clock.
Teams meeting. Just click, do I click Byron? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but we can't unmute him.
Oh,
Yeah. It's all good. I gotta hop off anyway.
alright, dude. I'll see you, I'll see you in a couple hours.
Yep.
Alright,
Peace be with you.
peace be with you too, my friend. We'll see you soon.
Beginning of the song.
No, Jerry Maguire. That's not the quote from the movie. Quote from the movie is, say it, Jerry, say it. Say it, Jerry. That's what Jerry is. That's what it is. All right, as we're wrapping up today, I just want to remind you, you're gonna get an alert about this here in the group chat in just a few minutes. But team lunch today at 12:30 over at Dave and Buster's. Team lunch event. We're gonna have some fun. We'll have some food. Which is love for all you guys to get out there. We can disconnect from real estate and get a chance to know each other. You could do some asking questions, listening, repeating, and approving, and asking some more questions. So Jasmine is challenging whoever wants to race her in the little side-by-side racers. She's challenging anybody who wants the smoke. All right. Thank you guys for being here. We'll catch up with you guys later. See ya.
Drive back here.
Why do they have those?